Hi, I'm Rob Butler, and I'm here to talk to you today about becoming a chartered science teacher with the Science Council. In order to be professionally registered, you need to be a member of a professional body, and there are currently 3 professional bodies that award science teacher status. So these are the Royal Society of Biology, the Royal Society of Chemistry, and the Association for Science Education. Each of these has a section on their website with more information and support that they would offer to members in applying for professional registration. So who's the award open to? You have to be active in science teaching and learning to be a chartered science teacher, but that doesn't necessarily just mean teachers. It can mean those who work around the education system as well. So people who train teachers, people who work as consultants, advisors, researchers, etc. Chartered science teacher status is a master's level qualification or master's level recognition. So we would expect you to have a master's or better. If you don't, that's not a barrier. You just have to be able to demonstrate master's equivalence, which is based on experience and master's level attributes like reflecting on practice, which we would look for in your application. So what do you have to do to be successful in your application, to be awarded chartered science teacher status? We would look for a set of competencies. As a science teacher, I might call these competencies assessment criteria or standards, but they are the things that we look for, the skills that enable you to do your job as a science teacher. There are 3 strands to chartered science teacher status. So the first one is professional knowledge and understanding. So this is having a broad and up-to-date knowledge of science and bringing it into your lessons, an understanding of teaching and assessment and the pedagogy around education, knowledge and understanding of students and how different factors can impact their learning in science. So you might bring things like podcasts and news articles, science journals into your teaching. You might evaluate and implement different approaches to teaching and learning. You might look at how, if there's a barrier to learning or there are issues that learners face, then the steps you took to mitigate the impact on science learning in the lesson. Professional practice is sort of how you do your job. So planning coherent programs of teaching, so sequences of lessons maybe that develop investigative skills as well, intellectually challenging, emotionally supportive, and of course, very importantly, physically safe. Engaging students in the collection, analysis, and evaluation of evidence. Developing students' confidence and ability to understand and use that scientific knowledge, and assessing students' learning and providing effective feedback. So this might be things like developing and monitoring schemes of work, keeping abreast of health and safety requirements, enabling students to apply ideas to new situations, particularly those application skills, engaging in debates about scientific ideas, and using formative assessment effectively in the classroom. So using that assessment data, what you learn from that to move and inform a curriculum and move students on. Professional attributes, so these are your qualities, analysing, evaluating and refining teaching to improve student learning, collaborating with colleagues in the wider professional community, and taking responsibility for the leadership, management and development of science teaching. That's really important. You have to have aspects of science leadership in order to be successful with your application. So that doesn't necessarily mean having sole responsibility, but it may be that you have responsibility for a strand of science education, maybe a key stage coordinator, or you lead on a particular aspect of science. Other things you can do to demonstrate your professional attributes, using evidence, how you use evidence to improve your own teaching, sharing and jointly evaluating teaching practices and methods. If you're a mentor, especially for initial teacher education, then you will also have responsibility for aspects of that as well. So what happens when you complete and submit your application? It'll be assessed by 2 people, 2 assessors who are professionally registered themselves. It is a peer assessed award. so they will be chartered science teachers as well. They have to agree, so if they don't agree, it will go to a third assessor, so there's always agreement from 2 assessors. And if you don't meet the competencies, it will be sent back to you, you'll be given feedback and just asked to make adjustments or to correct what was missing and resubmit. So best of luck with your application. I hope to see you on the register soon. Thank you.